Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm Zilla, and this is my Twitch channel, where I stream video games with ancient studies content and talk about the scholarly angles as I go. It is about a minute until 3, so I'm gonna wait and just see if people want to join us before I get started. I will be posting this to my YouTube channel afterwards, so don't worry if you missed something. In the meantime, if you're here in chat, feel free to say hi. I will see your message, although, you know, I'm playing a game, so it might not be right away. But I will see it. Love to have you. Just a quick warning and recap for those of you who are new here. So first of all, I want to give a quick content warning. This game, while it does not have very much violence in it at all, does contain some traumatic material, particularly in regards to suicide and suicidal ideation. So just be warned, that may come up. Also, there are, in certain places in the environment, there are some zombie-like creatures. So if that's a big trigger for you, just be warned. If you have not been watching along as I play, this is a mystery game. So we have found out a whole lot of stuff, and if you don't want to be spoiled on it, I recommend going back to the start of my playthrough or playing it on your own before you join us. But if you don't mind spoilers, feel free to jump in. We are pretty far along in this game. I think we're actually pretty close to being done. I don't know how many more sessions of play there will be, but just knowing the shape of the game. I did go through and look a few things up because I just didn't want to waste your time while I figure out how they work, but I did know a couple of things I want to do, so we'll get there. In the meantime, a quick recap of the game, if you don't mind spoilers and just want to jump in. So, we are playing an archaeologist who woke up on the banks of the Tiber River in Italy with no memory of how she got there or why. We were asked to investigate a ruin, and so we went in and found ourselves in this miraculous underground city in a cave, Roman ruins, and then there was a wormhole to the past to about 64 CE. And so we are in a living Roman city where there are people from about the year 64 CE. We have a terrible deity-born rule over the city. The many shall suffer for the sins of one. So if you break this unknown rule, whatever sin means, the golden statues, which are all around the town, come to life and start shooting people. And you have to go through the time portal again. So we are trying to figure out how to prevent everybody in the city from getting shot, and get ourselves out of the time loop. Because if there was never somebody who broke the rule, then you would never have needed to be summoned. So, I know there are multiple endings for this game. I probably will only go for one. I don't know which one yet, because I don't I don't know all of how to get where. But that's where we are. So, let's get going. Like I said, if you are here in chat, feel free to say hello. I'd love to have you. And if you would like to catch up later on YouTube or on Twitch, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so one thing I wanted to check. We're still not up to 2,000 denarii. And in this playthrough, we can't save Julia, or we can't save Ulpius anyway, as he has already jumped. There is something that I wanted to do. Hey, Fabio.
Salve, friend.
Oh, that's Octavia. Oh, I see. is something I wanted to do, and I wanted to go check out this assassin. I do not want another wooden bow. So I just wanted to see if reading this will prompt some new dialogue. And, you know, might as well take what he's got on him. One of these days I'm gonna figure out how to get Malleolus to back down. Find you. Well, just as soon as I can. So, let's go see if that prompts new dialogue from Malleolus. If he'll even talk to me. Uh-oh. He's not here. Where did he go? Is it already time? Uh-oh. Well, if it's already time for the election, then we're gonna have to start over soon anyway. No, he wasn't there. Where did he go? Is he elsewhere in the villa? Is he talking to Claudia? Oh, there he is.
Get out of my villa before I have Domitius throw you out.
Okay, so we've pissed him off too much to talk to us this time. Oh well. You're a terrible person anyway. Alright. So, let's see what else we can do. Well, what else is in our list? So... Okay, so we really don't have anything in here that we can do right now. How do I get past you? I really don't want to wait until the end of the world, but I might have to. So, who's about down here? Rufius... Olivia.
Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all
make
the world,
her time a little bit better.
so this place accepts all the souls, but it does not notice the crowds that come. Say it. Speak its name. Then it is true. I was right.
You were right.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here.
Now, we've already
Would you like
heard
to hear
this. No.
I understand. Such things are not for everyone. But I thank you nonetheless. And now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders.
No.
Thank you, friend.
It appears that I have
think
been frozen.
I should
Have I been
rest.
frozen this whole time? Oh, that's not good. Hold on a second. Ooh. Ooh, that's nasty. I'll tell you what. I'm going to reload the stream. Well, maybe I can do this a better way. What if... Whew. Yeah, that's not great. I'm so sorry. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Much better. I'm so sorry if you were frozen that whole time. Okay. It's working now? It's working now. Great. Okay. So, sorry about that. So we've freed Livia from her feeling as though she's the only one who recognizes that they're all dead.
Is proof of a degenerate mind.
Sure it is, Horatius.
Friend, you have given me hope. May you follow in the footsteps of Hercules and return to the light of day.
Who knows, we might be dead. It's unclear. Well, a lot of folks hanging out down here. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I would love to help you, but I am not quite sure how at this moment in time. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna head back up to the temple and see what I can see. So there's a locked door back here that I found last time. I am curious about it. Where was it? It was up here. Past Sisyphus. Hi, Sisyphus. There's this little path, and I wonder if this is the upper cistern, you know? Back here. It's certainly got the same sort of construction with those lion knockers as the lower cistern. You know, I haven't actually been in the lower cistern. I bet I could, now that I have the golden bow. But there was a particular thing I wanted to do that's on the other side here. This place, so strange. Oh, what's back here? Have I ever been back here? I don't even know. Okay. It's just the same, just the back of the temple. Okay. Can we... Oh, we can walk back here. Is there anything up here? No. There's a wall. An invisible wall. I can get down here. But not very far. Hopefully we can get out again. Okay. That would have been a very funny way to die. She weeps where the water flows. Yes. We have in fact heard that. Oh, I guess I could have gotten here faster. There's a zip line. But I was specifically looking for this. Not the wooden bow, the golden bow. Okay. So, how much does 250 bring us to? Still not quite enough. But getting there. We're getting there. Okay, well let's zip line over that way. Whoosh! Perched on top of the stairs. I guess that was a bit of a rush. I wonder if they've started the election yet. No, not yet. Okay, good. So... we know that there are some monsters down here, so let's go see what that's all about.
You're not thinking about going into the cistern, are you?
I am, actually.
Well, it's your funeral.
Oh, that was easy. And now you get to see how bad a shot I am, if you haven't been following along. This door is interestingly constructed. But you could see how the outer door was very similar to that one that I found before. Okay, so I haven't actually been down here, but I am quite certain that the only nasty creatures he would have been telling me about. Oh yeah, there it is. Gotcha. Oh, no, I need to get you again. Go away. There we go. You are, welcome, I guess? Okay. So, that's nasty. I don't know how many of those there are down here, but that's clearly one of the ones from the palace. Ugh. So, we've got the cistern waters. One little pathway out here. Her tears run through the city. Yes. A lunar pendant. Oh, this is interesting. Sendia Def. That's fascinating. So, Sen generally stands for the senator. Now I need to look up this because this is a very specific phrase. I'm not not the best at Latin abbreviations. I never really learned them. Huh. Okay, well, it apparently is... No? No, how strange. So I'm not actually finding this. If you happen to know what Sendia Def means, I keep getting things for sine die, which means without a day specified. But unless this is a fossilized version of older Latin, which, granted, it could be, I don't really know what that means. But this amulet, you know, I feel like we heard from Sentia that Scintilla had an amulet like this. So that's fascinating. Oh, look at these plates, though. Silver plates, or they'd be much more tarnished. So they're very fancy, and whoever this is, maybe it's Scintilla. I mean, they're wearing a necklace for sure. Certainly had some fancy treasures here. these plates. Gosh, this has got to be a real artifact. It looks like they are marked with... Is that Hadrian? That beardy boy? That's usually Hadrian when you see somebody who looks like that. And this cloth. Somebody was living down here, and yeah, hi, you're creepy. Why would you live here with this statue staring at you? But I guess that's just the way it is. So I wonder if this is actually our missing friend who was taking care of Dooley. Do we have any more monsters coming at us? Not so far. You know, I can't remember his name, so I know we have the register. I'm gonna look it up. What's your name? Hannibal. Notes died in cistern, right? Clearly was not murdered by a human, or that statue would have brought everything down. I want to take a moment just to talk about the construction of this cistern. Like, it's clearly this very solid Roman brickwork. And check out those arches. Very common Roman architecture, these arches. I don't know about the middle pieces, though, where they come to a point. I don't know if you find that with brickwork. But certainly the rest of it is very solid, something that you see a lot. Pretty similar, actually, in construction to what we saw in the baths, just the baths were covered with finer materials. There's a lot down here. What's this? Where is this shaft coming from? Oh. I don't remember ever seeing a way down, but clearly there is. And we could go hunt around the water, but that hasn't been a particularly productive thing to do. And I don't see anything down there. Oh, these nice lion head sculptures. They look very much like the lion handles. So I guess that's a marker of whatever happened here. What is this? So this is a nice little bucket. It appears to have black sludge in it, and I don't think that's I don't think that's cistern water. Like at first I thought it was a cloth, but I don't think so. I mean, it could be. It could be just a cloth. The only other thing I can imagine it being is the black sludge that comes out of those statues. Oof. I don't hear any more of those guys, but... Oh, what's this tunnel? A crushed creature. Okay. So, that's how we have creature down here. And yeah, and there's this black sludge I was talking about. That's how we got them down here without having just tons of them, I guess. So we can't get past it, but I guess we don't want to. And there's the one that we encountered. So I guess we've done a full circuit. Oh, maybe not. Did we go over here? Oh, we didn't. Oh. Maybe that could take us to the upper cistern. That's fascinating. Yeah. Up we go. Oh. how do I... Oh, I see. Do I see? Okay. Oh, okay. Sure. Sure, fine. Alright. I don't feel like this jump is gonna go well, but at least I'll land in the water if I fail. I don't really have another option. Oh, no, it worked. Surprisingly. Okay. We're apparently in the upper cistern. Who knew? Platforming, yes, exactly. This game does not have a lot of it. But, oh, that's a person. What? Well, I mean, oops. Keep doing that. Well, if there's a person here, there won't be statues. Captive weeping. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Well, I mean, she weeps where the water flows, but I was expecting a goddess, not a woman. Hi?
You. Who are you? Did he send you?
He?
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back.
Well, this is interesting. So let's talk about Juno while I process this fact. What? Okay. So Juno, Queen of the Gods, clearly not present here. Greek analog is Hera, if you know that better. Known primarily for her dominion over weddings and marriage, which is a very important thing for the ancient Romans, particularly. She is also known in mythology as some kind of horrid shrew who takes all of her anger at her husband out on her husband's byblows, which kind of sucks, but on the other hand, what else can she do? Right, like, it doesn't excuse it, but yikes. So we do see in some Roman things, like my favorite play by Seneca the Younger, Hercules Furens, or Hercules Gone Mad, I guess is a good translation of that. We do see sympathy for her position, trapped eternally as Queen of the Gods, serving her husband, who is an inveterate philanderer, by some accounts abusive, especially if you look at the Iliad, where you see her husband do things like hold her by the throat off Mount Etna. It's not great. So a reference to Juno here is kind of interesting, but she is a protector of women, particularly married women. But if we guess that this is... well, it's probably not Persephone if she looks like this. I'm guessing they would depict gods a little differently. Proserpina. But, okay, so if it's Proserpina, then it's presumably... thinking Juno is a motion towards, the protection from Hades. But if it's Scintilla, she's unmarried, so that's a bit of an odd choice. The protector of unmarried women is generally Diana. But who knows? So who's that monster?
I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key.
Okay, that's some news. So the Gate of Horn I have mentioned once before when we were talking about Aeneas, when we talked to Equitia, the priestess. So we were talking about Virgil's description of the underworld, and how Aeneas went down a catabasis and then came out again. Now he saw two gates, the Gate of Ivory and the Gate of Horn, the one letting through the truth and the other letting through illusions. And he went out through the Gate of Illusions, but it sounds like here we have the Gate of Truth, which is absolutely fascinating. I did not think there was going to be a gate that we could actually get out. So here's some interesting questions, and I do not know the answers.
Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him.
Okay then. So Sentius, not as good a guy as he sounds. I can see why everybody wanted to vote for Malleolus, even if Malleolus is... Well, I was gonna say worse, but this is pretty dang bad. Furies we've talked about a bit before. The underworld goddesses of vengeance, and particularly vengeance upon family members who sin against their family. She is claiming the Furies will help her, or at least hoping they will. But honestly, they tend to go after impious children more than impious fathers. So, who knows? And then I want to talk about crucifying him. So this is not a metaphor here. This is a means of Roman execution. It is actually a pretty standard means of execution for a number of crimes, and castration in particular for cases of rape. Castration features prominently in one of the biggest Indo-European myths of the succession of the gods. So, for the Romans, when it's the sky god Uranus was repeatedly impregnating. What do they call her when they call her a goddess? They'll say Terra or Telos sometimes. They'll also use the Greek Gaia, the earth, and then stuff her children back into her until she was full to bursting, which just sounds really ungodly terrible. So she hid one of her children, Saturnus, and gave him a sickle with which to castrate his father when his father next came down out of the sky. So, both of these well-attested Roman means of punishment, Roman means of execution, and power transfer. So, how hasn't this broken the rule?
He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either.
Well, I mean, it's true he has not killed her, and there is a statue in this room watching her, so there's that. It didn't break the golden rule because... question mark? Because his intentions were in line with the gods? I don't know. He might be right. It's not like it's about about, you know, right and wrong, is it?
Behind me. There's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key.
That's really fascinating. I do want to go investigate it.
I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the Golden Rule. I just want out. Help me, and we can escape together.
Yeah, I see that.
There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say?
I don't think that's fair to everyone else. I do want to release you.
There's no time. Wait, did you hear that? He's here. Quick.
He's here?
You have to let me go. It's
How
now
can he
or
be
never.
here? This is a hecking terrible question. Oh, I really... Okay.
Oh, thank you. Now follow. Wait. Did you hear that? He's here. He must be coming in through the door behind me. You distract him. Stay right here and keep him talking while I look for something I can use.
This is gonna go poorly. I can't currently move, though, so I guess we're locked into it. How do you even have time to be here?
With Scintilla. Where is she?
You are human
So
garbage.
that is how it's going to be. Oh well, this doesn't change anything for me. It's a shame, really. If you'd just done what you were supposed to, you'd have been looping through time forever until you gave up and killed yourself. Just like that soft-hearted pleb, Al.
My goodness. How do you even know about Al?
Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered.
Yeah, no, I kind of did.
You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you're a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow.
My goodness.
The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I'd have preferred if you'd given me more time to enjoy the trappings of my success. How many extra days did you give me? Just the 8? Not a lot compared with Al, but I've seized every day, nonetheless. In any case, there's no escape for you except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Better to end it all now than find out what awaits you beyond that portal. So, you discovered my secret. So what? What are you going to do about it?
This is incredible. I never thought he had this in him. I really didn't. I mean, ACAB, folks. ACAB, what else can I say? I do want to know why. I don't know if we're going to get to find out, given that Scintilla's come up behind him. This is about to get weird.
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of
Selfish
birds
son of a
chirping.
bitch.
And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity.
I'm
Don't you
surprised
see?
she's waited this long.
I have
honestly.
found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
Yes. I would not wish this for myself. Oh, we are being blessed with a cat. Let me show you. Oh, no. Okay. There she is. She only momentarily disrupted the stream. Hello, Freya. Have you come to see a tyrant destroyed? Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Okay.
Of course. There's no way you could have succeeded. Every soul who has ever found themselves here has broken the golden rule eventually. It is inevitable. Man will always sin sooner or later. Any idiot can tell you this. But where others might see tragedy, I saw opportunity. As I told you the first time we met, I found a way to cheat death. By reliving the same day over and over again, forever. And I will continue living long after your dust.
I really don't follow his logic here. It's nice that he got a lot of stuff, I guess, but, like, Why relive the same day over and over? A day in which you remember that you lose an election and experience that awful wasting death he experiences to open the portal every time? He remembers all that and he still does it? Whew. This guy could be Augustus, he's so psycho. Sorry, I did not catch that before it came out of my mouth. Sorry about that. But what I meant to say is Augustus was known for his outward appearance of uprightness and his personal his personal lack of empathy in a lot of cases. This guy, wow, he's so attached to being king of his little kingdom that he put himself through Groundhog Day. I really don't understand that.
Do you really think you can take on a Decurion with that flimsy little bird?
First of all, yes. But second of all, fuck you.
Scintilla? Where is she?
I'm right here, Father.
Well, that is a painful death. I don't actually know what she did, but
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Come on, we have to go. Hey, what's happening to you? That light, it's so bright.
oh. Oh no! I can't believe it froze right on that. Well? Friends?
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
I guess this is one of the endings. Holy wow.
Well, here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Really? That's strange. I was just reading an old tablet I found here. Well, trying. My Latin is kinda rusty, but the last entry mentioned someone with the same name. It described an event about 2,000 years ago. Someone with your name appeared in the city out of the shrine of Proserpina. freed an imprisoned woman named Centilla, who then murdered her captor, breaking some kind of ancient law. It said the attack caused golden statues to come alive, hunting down everyone in the city and turning them into gold. Apparently, the only person to survive was Centilla, while the stranger disappeared in a flash of light. What? You're saying you were here 2,000 years ago?
Apparently.
I'm not sure I
Unless I
understand.
dreamed it. That's a hard thing to say, but we didn't get another option.
Let me see that. God, why does this writing look so familiar? I've spent a lifetime in this place going around and around in circles. This is disturbing. But I don't understand how I could have written it. I'm not following.
Whew. This is bad.
So you're saying, because a man from 2,000 years ago is dead, he never created a time portal, so I never went through it, and that's why I don't remember any of this.
Well,
I
he's not
guess
quite
you
as genre
saved my
savvy
life
as
then.
Galerius.
As well as helping that poor woman to escape. That's a lot to take in.
Well, I guess let's get
Maybe
out of
we
here.
can escape through the same aqueduct Centilla used, if we can find it.
Sure thought that was this way, but oh. Okay. Oh, okay. We're outside. We're actually outside. This is the ruin in daylight. The original place that we came in. The original temple.
I'm gonna pause here for a moment and make sure nobody else has ever lured into this temple.
Yeah,
You go on ahead, and I'll be there soon.
sure. Okay. I wonder if Charon is still there. I mean, presumably she is, or we wouldn't be directed to go this way. Back to the future, back to the present. It's weird seeing this scene in daylight. There she is.
You're back. But you're alone. Does that mean you didn't find Al? Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there. Why don't you tell me what you discovered while we wait?
Yeah, you're not getting out of this unscathed.
Ah, I see. I thought you might.
Whoa, oh.
Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions.
Yeah. That is some trippy animation for your eyes.
You can just call me Carol, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely honest with you when we first met. I do not enjoy deceiving people. Believe me, I do not. But I have learned, from 5,000 years of experience, that most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and coming to see the truth in their own time.
5,000 years is an interesting figure. So, that does more or less line up with the earliest layer being Sumerian. But certainly not the oldest we can go. Kitty, please stay away from the streaming material. Oh, cats. So that's really interesting that she's been around for 5,000 years and not before that. I wonder what to make of that. Just for reference, we have, Hittite inscriptions going back much, much further, almost twice that long.
That you died, of course. You were dead when I brought you here. My role, as the servant of the god of the underworld, has always been to assist the chosen to cross the threshold from the land of the living to the land of the dead. Usually, when people do not remember how they died, it is because they suffered a terrible trauma. Most souls would rather not remember. Ask yourself honestly, do you really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
As you wish. You were murdered. You were exploring an old tomb when you discovered a cache of forgotten relics, including 2 silver coins of ancient origin. Unfortunately, as you emerged into daylight, you were set upon by 2 thieves. A nearby hiker saw the scuffle break out and leapt to your aid, trying to help you recover your bounty. You both fought bravely, but your assailants were armed, and you were not. There was nothing you or your ally could have done. He died instantly at the scene, and you followed a few hours later. That man's name was Al Worth.
Well then.
You were each in possession of a sacred coin, called Karen's Opal by some, and so it was my duty to bring you here.
Okay. So, that explains a lot. Who this Al guy is and why he's here. Clearly this isn't the origin story for everyone, because you can choose 4 different... Oh, darn it. Am I frozen again? Yep. Oh, cat. Okay. Oof. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to cat-proof this. It hasn't been an issue until now. And the cat is leaving. Okay. Hopefully that's enough. Psychopomp and circumstance. Yes, thank you. Thank you, DJ Trundlebot, for that. Okay, so this is a couple of interesting things, like I was saying. It's good to know who Al is and why he was there. Clearly this isn't the origin story for every possible ending, because there are 4 different characters you can choose to be at the beginning. I am unclear about these coins. There are lots of things that are called obols, and if she's been around for 5,000 years ferrying people around, clearly they didn't all have one of these magic coins.
Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans burying their dead with a coin in their mouths to pay the ferrymen for passage across the river. Well, those stories contained a seed of truth, but not any coin would do. A long time ago, my master created 1,000 silver coins and had me distribute them across the world. My orders were simple. Whenever a person died in possession of a coin, I was to locate them and ferry them here.
Why?
That is a question you would have to ask him, if that were still possible, in light of the path you have chosen. I am just his servant, doing his bidding. Only now, I find myself bereft of purpose. You see, The coins on you and Al were the last of the 1,000 in existence. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this is a surprise. So, her master presumably being the god of the dead. And I guess we could go ask him if we go back and get a different ending. Yeah, wow, this is really strange. So that explains why there are so few people in the underworld in any given time. Why there are only so many layers. This was a limited edition underworld, and where do the rest of the souls go? I have no idea. That's such an interesting conceit. I may well go back and look for another ending just to find out what the heck.
I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an event 2,000 years ago. Supposedly, the city was destroyed when a woman murdered a tyrant with the help of, well, my new friend here. I know how crazy that sounds.
Maybe not that crazy. That woman. I don't suppose her name was... Scintilla?
How could you... What?
She left a tablet of her own. I stumbled across it while I was waiting here. I think she meant for you to read it.
I would love to read it.
Take a look.
I don't know what became of you, or if you'll ever read this, but I want you to know that I will never forget you, or what you did for me. It pains me that so many dear friends were not so fortunate. Ulpius, Sentia, Lucretia, Horatius, Galerius, poor Dooley, and the others. But please understand, their blood is on my hands, not yours. I will live with the consequences of my actions, and all I can do is move forward, trying to show others the same compassion you showed me. I promise you that saving my life will not be for nothing. Scintilla.
Wow.
Sounds like you meant a lot to her. I'd love to hear your story, but first, you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Here we go. Ending 2 of 4. Oh, fascinating. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I am definitely going to have to go back and get at least one more of these endings, because I am really curious. There we have our 3 lead devs. They only list 2 historical consultants. I thought they had a 3rd. Perhaps only in passing. But, yeah, what an amazing game. Like, just absolute gem. We have our voice actors here. Not anyone I recognize. Kind of surprisingly. They really did have somebody different for each one, and they mostly did just such a wonderful job. And they did get a Greek voice actor for the Greek man. That's good. I like that. Since they were giving everybody else sort of an English, or American, I guess I should say, accent. And they got a man of color for the Egyptian man. Good. I'm glad. And a woman of color for the woman from the Near East and Africa. That's great. That's a good job. I always appreciate that. Elizabeth Plant. Wow. Okay, that's a name I know. Oh, they got some serious voice actor chops in here. Dirk Jacobs. Yeah. Recognize a couple of these names. I'm not a voice actor, but I know a couple of people who are, and like it's always amazing to me how simultaneously small and prolific the circle of gaming voice acting is. Yes, I am going to sit here through the entire credits, because these people deserve their time in the spotlight, even such a small spotlight as I can give them. I'll only do it this once, I promise. I don't know about you, but I actually always like to look through the credits of my games at least once, just to get a sense of what kind of a production it was. Oh, there's a Japanese localization. That has to be fun. So one thing that's really interesting is classical reception in Japan is just absolutely booming. And has been for 10-15 years. There's a certain fascination with Greco-Roman antiquity. It's, you know, it's a little bit exotic to them, the same way that you get an exoticizing view here. But there's also a lot of serious scholarly work being done. I would be fascinated to know what the Japanese opinions of this game are. Absolutely fascinating. There's a lot of work to be done, I think, in terms of international reception of this kind of content. And I'm really glad that it is starting to be done and taken seriously. Oops. Been idle too long. Ah. The translation of Ovid. It's nice that they list that by Klein. Klein's translation is a good one, yeah. And there we are, the Forgotten City. Ending 2 of 4. I will definitely be going back and playing for a different ending, maybe more than once, depending. But thank you so much for coming with me this far, and I hope that you're enjoying this as much as I am. that seems like an incontrovertibly good place for us to stop for the day. I hope you are all doing well, and keep learning, friends.